this stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Yo, what's up, keep it real, son. Yeah, this money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, yo, put the grants over there and safe, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's better than Jackson's.
I woke up early on my born day, I'm 20, it's a blessing. The essence of adolescence leaves my body now freshened. My physical frame is celebrated cause I made it. Recorded through life, some godly like thing created. Got rhymes, 365 days, annual plus some. Load up the mic and bust one, cuss while I bust from my skull cause it's pain in my brain vein. Money maintain, don't go against the grain, simple and plain. When I was younger, this I used to do my thing hard. Robbing foreigners, take their wallets, they jewels and rip their green cards. Dip to the projects, flashing my quick cash. And got my first piece of ass, smoking blunts with hash. Now it's all about cash in abundance. Niggas I used to run with is rich, are doing years in the hundreds. I switched my motto, instead of saying fuck tomorrow, that buck that bought a bottle could've struck the lotto. Once I stood on the block, loose cracks, reduced stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Time is illmatic, keep static.
Look, I know I'm not in school anymore. You ain't gotta tell me twice. But back to school shopping is still exciting to me. Something about getting back into that routine is just comforting. As you get back into your routine, as you're picking out them items you're gonna be using every single day, I want you to think of Raycon best-selling everyday earbuds. To me, it's an absolute must-have this fall. This video is sponsored by Raycon. I definitely like to listen to music to do a lot of things, so that includes reading, cleaning, training, eating. It allows me to stay focused on the task at hand. Not only do Raycon everyday earbuds sound as good as other leading wireless earbuds, but they offer the same premium quality, if not better, at a fraction of the price. Sometimes different sounds call for different quality. When it comes to my favorite features, it all depends on what I'm currently doing in that moment. If I'm listening to a podcast or a YouTube video, the pure sound feature is top notch. When it comes to being in the gym, doing a run, a lot of times I'm listening to hip hop. So the best thing for me is to listen to the bass boosted sound feature. One of the most important things for me when it comes to earbuds is, are they gonna fall out when I'm doing my activities? Raycon's ergonomic design is literally meant to fit a human ear so that it does not fall out. It also comes with a surplus of the plug so that you can make sure it does fit your ear just in case you are an exception. But even more importantly, some of the other features that I genuinely enjoy that were a must-have in earbuds are active noise cancellation, water resistant, sweat resistant, and a long charging life. I train a whole lot and I sweat a whole lot. So when it comes down to when I'm working out, I need earbuds that are water resistant or sweat resistant. Since I go to a loud gym, active noise cancellation is a must-have as well. And then lastly, just because a lot of times my earbuds are typically the last thing that I charge, so I need earbuds that have a long-lasting battery, or honestly just have a case that can charge these things. The Raycon Everyday Earbud case has the ability to charge up to 32 hours. Look, if you guys haven't done so yet, go ahead and click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/Kobe to get 20 to 40% off your Raycon purchase.
They just want me to say, it's like everyone wants you to think how they think and do what they say.
It's over, yeah. I swear I got respect, but I don't use it, damn. Cause say a nigga, I respect you, abuse it. Take a ride with a nigga like me on the highway, the hell yeah, I'm cruising. Yeah, with the sea laid back, blowing OG pack. Damn, look, your bitch love how I do it. She love how I do it, cause I do it like no other. Yeah, don't worry where I'm at, bitch, you ain't my mother. Yeah.
Get up here, make some breakfast. But before we actually make some breakfast, I'm gonna go ahead and throw together my daily morning drink. It consists of some EAAs, some creatine, and a hydration packet. These EAAs are the snow cone flavor from My Protein. Honestly, I did a sample pack 2 months ago. They ended up selling out of the actual tubs. But when I did the sample pack, I immediately tried to go and order the full pack. They didn't have it. So I've been waiting 2 months to get my hands on some EAAs from them because the taste is phenomenal. It literally tastes like a snow cone. This bottle's fire. Hey, this is the Williams Racing bottle. I saw it on the site and I was like, yeah, I gotta grab that. I ain't getting into tumblers and stuff like this until Em really put me on, because she had a Stanley, and it's, you know, it's a stigma behind the men who ain't buy Stanleys be drinking from their girlfriends. Yeah, I fall into that stigma heavy. So now I decided to go and get a few of my own stainless steel containers, and luckily My Protein had one up there, and I said, yeah, this definitely got to get grabbed. Tastes great, but I forgot that when I put this in the fridge, I accidentally filtered hot water in here, so this was warm when I drunk it. That's why, nah, we gotta get some ice.
Girl those off the table.
I got pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. See both sides like Chanel, see on both sides like Chanel. Swimming laps through cool water, eat it like I'm underworld. Had my tattoos in Shibuya, police think I'm out the underworld. 12 treat a nigga like he 12. How you looking up to me and talking down? Don't you see I am the big man? God level, I am the I am. I'm filming with the drone cam and the pink like Killer Kim. Zone one that stick, no way. I'm so close, I'm on that kill. Controller on your lower back, yeah, that's good. Dick roll the eyes back in.
Alright, let that digest for like an hour. Made some pre-workout, ready to head out the train. First time I get a genuine workout at Upland in about 2 weeks. Because before the hurricane hit, I didn't go either because I was going to H&S and then the 4th of July. So it's the first time I'm back there in like almost 3 weeks.
Double edge, just a night. I don't like to fight, but I'm fighting. Hands in the air, make my lungs sick. Chopper in the sky like a country. Lips on clips like Mike. It's really see both sides like.
Alright, so we got our pre-workout already ready. I did 2 scoops. The reason I did 2 scoops is because I'm not a fan of high-stem pre-workouts, but I'm a big fan of beta-alanine and all the other stuff that comes in, like L-citrulline, because of the pump and the focus. So I did 1 scoop of the pump, 1 scoop of the actual pre-workout that has caffeine in it. If you guys want to check that out, you can use code BTY at checkout. Better than yesterday is what that stands for, if you guys had any questions about that. But we got our hydration drink here. I used to carry around a jug or a cooler. You guys will see it, but this is so much more efficient because it's easy to refill. It's quick, it's convenient. I could just hold this. It's not like holding a giant jug. Giant jug, you gotta really hold that jug. Like it's crazy. Workout shoes for the day, per usual. Nike towel. I get a lot of questions about these, and the only reason why they're on my kitchen counter is because they're fresh out the wash and they've been drying. So don't think that this is a normal. But what I was about to say is I get a lot of questions on these, and the reason I wear them is because, one, as you can see, they're flat. All right, them being flat is a huge plus. That's a huge reason as to why they're here. But then also, when I was doing a lot of squats and when I'm on the hack squat, the ankle stability. I don't know what it is about these. I guess it's because it's a little bit of a mid-top shoe. The ankle stability is great. And lastly, which is honestly the most important thing right next to it being flat, is it being extremely light. These shoes feel like I'm not wearing any shoes most of the time. Just make sure you size up a little bit, just because, again, wrestling shoes, they have like a very like narrow pathway towards the end. So you want to size up. These are about 11.5, and I usually wear an 11 to 11.5, I guess. These actually might be a 12. 11.5. So yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and pack up the rest of my stuff so I can head out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this one so far. So you guys know a lot of sneaker reps are always on in your DMs and stuff. They sent me these ones, and I thought these were gonna be camo. I thought they were gonna. No, sorry. Not that I thought they were gonna be camo. I thought they weren't gonna be camo. And I thought they were gonna be like a gray, black and red vibe. But they're actually green, black and red, which is like a camo vibe. And I'm not exactly a big fan of camo, but it's okay. It's all good. I'll rock with them. I like them. I'm gonna go and break them in. And yeah, those are be for post workout. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Appreciate y'all tapping into this video, and I'll see y'all at the gym. Let's get it.
If it don't hurt now, just wait a while. Another big fish in the pond, no more. You were what they're feeding on, so what are you gonna do?
Sometimes I can't even play basketball as much as I want because my shoes be wet from the previous day and they take forever to dry. But now we're good. At least I think we are. I don't like wearing tank tops to play basketball. I feel like I look like a jack dude that just look out of place. Like, although I played basketball growing up, I just look out of place now because of how big I am. Because the thing is, I stopped playing basketball when I realized I wasn't gonna be tall. Ended up tall, so now I play basketball again, but it's okay though. Anybody want the ones, you can come get it. I know where I be at.
I know you want me, baby, then only when you're lonely, yeah. You think you know me, but you don't even know nothing about me, yeah. It's in my thick eyes, lost when you look into my...
Oh yeah, we already good. We good. Act like we never left. Oh, that was stiff as fuck. I guess I'm not as back as I thought.
I just wanna love when you trust and you honor. You please do the same on your palm. Be honest, you want it. I can be hardest, regardless of my conscience. Be honest, you want it. I can be hardest, regardless of my conscience. Take time, can I say I'm from whenever I see bad vibes? You come my way, make sure you fit twice. Look into my eyes, but I can never say it. I can put it up, but you know I can never lie. I can show you something you go run to. When I'm finished, you'll be feeling.
I wanted to answer a few questions that I get asked all the time. And honestly, this is probably gonna make a lot of y'all click this video because this is going in the title. All right, so let's do a quick little Q&A. Off rip. All right, how tall am I? Let's start off with some simple stuff. How tall am I? I am 6'2", and how much do I currently weigh? I weigh about 241. I think I'm getting bit by mosquitoes out here right now. I'm not sure though. Currently weigh about 241, maybe 242. I'm not really sure. The last time I weighed was yesterday, and I weighed about 239, 240. So after eating and stuff like that, I'm probably like 240, 241. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a higher guesstimate. But so current height and weight, about let's say 6'2", 241. Answer the next question off the board. How old am I? I'm 25 years old. I actually just turned 25 back in April. A lot of you guys actually came from that vlog. A lot of you guys have come from that specific vlog. I think that one was the one that actually went, the one before that actually went viral, and that one actually did relatively very well. So a lot of you guys are actually, you guys joined the channel around my birthday time. So that was a birthday gift from all of y'all that y'all didn't realize y'all did for me. So I'm actually 25 years old. How long have I been doing social media? I get asked that question a lot too. I've been doing social media and creating content, really, here's the reality, really since like 2016, 2017, but I never actually stuck to one thing. When I graduated high school, I started to watch a lot of YouTubers, people like DDG, Pretty Boy Fredo, and I was playing a lot of 2K and stuff like that, so I didn't actually start making content on 2K or nothing like that. I just got into doing gaming content, and if you guys are familiar, I believe 2017, Fortnite had dropped. So I started to edit Fortnite videos and post them on a little YouTube channel that I had, and I did that from like 2017 inconsistently until like 2018, because I was also playing football. So I really didn't have much time to be out here dedicating towards that. I would just kind of clip up stuff and post it, and didn't get any traction at all. I get like 2 views, and it was really just my views from me clicking over and over again. I didn't necessarily pick up fitness content. I completely had dropped the idea of content in the first place. I was more so into just recording what I was doing so I can document it, so it would leave as a like a visual disciplinary action to me. So whenever I would sit there and go through my pictures on my phone or my videos, I would have to see what I was currently working on, and if I steered backwards from that, it would make me want to get up and work. So if I put on 2-3 pounds, it would make me want to get up and work if I knew that I was working hard as hell the weeks prior. And that kept me on track, and then eventually I started to see those changes, and I actually acquired a weight loss transformation over an extended period of time. But that's where the content creation and the fitness world actually came from. And I gotta give a big shout out to a lot of you guys may know, or may not know, but Just Merc. He said one day in a video, and he doesn't realize that he said this, but he just, I won't say everybody take this advice, but he said, you know, he just looks at his food as fuel. And when you're an athlete, that's all food truly is to you, is fuel. When you are looking to take things to another level, when you're a trainer, when you're a fitness enthusiast, food is simply fuel. If you're a food enthusiast, food is for enjoyment, you know, but when you're a fitness enthusiast, you should be looking to eat foods that are going to improve your way of life. And if your way of life is fitness-based, you do that by incorporating foods that are going to enhance your performance. It's that simple. But shout out to him, because he said that, and it made me realize like I look at food the wrong way. I was looking at food for enjoyment for a bit, or as like a coping mechanism, and I really didn't need to. So that really got me back on track, and he doesn't know that, but shout out to Merc, because I know he may watch this video, he may not. He does follow me, so yeah, who knows. But how do I catch different angles and think of things? Well, a lot of times I'm thinking of it on the fly, and I'm also trying stuff that I don't think is gonna work. I will try something because I don't think it's gonna work, and if it does work out, I know I just did something that I wasn't familiar with, and allowed for me to expand my creativity. A lot of times it's about shooting what you didn't know was gonna work, all right? Second, I will think about it like this, and this is me giving out free game. For each scene that I'm shooting, for each moment in that scene, I shoot 3 angles. So let's say, for example, I was working out. The workout is the entire scene. The moments, let's call them my actual exercises. I will shoot 3 different angles or 4 different angles for each exercise that I do. That's it. Boom, it's that simple. All right, so I had to go change my shirt because it was hot as hell, but my camera was overheating because it was hot as hell. So we both had to cool down. But I don't even remember where I was at. I believe I was talking about how I get different angles. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and recap a little bit. I think of the scene, and then the moments within the scene, and then from there I try to execute it all off of strictly just brain power. I know a lot of people try to do shot lists. I've tried that. It definitely takes up a lot more of my time. If I'm going somewhere that's extremely unfamiliar, but I have an idea of what I want, I'll do a shot list. But a lot of times I'm going to similar places, like for example, a gym is a gym. Right, a gym is a gym. But I know, for example, a few videos back, I went to a coffee shop that I knew had a train station near it. So I knew shot list, train had to be in it. So that's why I say I definitely utilize them, but very rarely at the same time. When it comes down to focal lengths and stuff like that, I use a 24 to 70 Sigma lens. A lot of times my focal length is anywhere between 35 to 70. I really don't use the 24 that much unless it's extremely wide and I'm trying to get like a really wide shot. I feel like that is more so for like when I'm on a basketball court or something like that, I use that, but I very rarely use 24. Let's get into another question I get asked, which is the color grading aspect of my content. How do I get the color grade? How do I achieve the colors? And this might come off crazy, but I feel like a lot of people in the gym scene do a lot of cooler tones, and that leads to sometimes an image just looking very gloomy, and it gives a very dark aesthetic, and it preaches more of a sadness vibe. The opposite of that, the contrary, is something that feels more comforting, more welcoming. So you guys have noticed that my video is consisting of warm tones. The warm tones are what you guys are seeing. So for example, when I'm shooting, the biggest change is that I use the color orange and I use the color green. Very rarely I use green, but a lot of times that warmness, I just turn my warmness up. But as far as the actual color grade, I shoot S-Log 2, so a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is very basic, very generic. I actually use a Fuji LUT on my content, which I can only do because here's a quick little tip for people who want to shoot the kind of stuff I'm doing. In your camera, if you're shooting and you want your image to look a little bit better or like more clearer when it comes off the camera, your detail sometimes can be turned up pretty high. Your detail, sharpness, if you want to call it either or, those can be turned up pretty high sometimes, and you probably want to turn that down in camera so you can control that in post. And the thing is, that affects the amount of noise that an image has. So sometimes you could try to achieve a certain color grade, but it's so noisy that it just looks horrible. Turn your detail sharpness down. Also, because I shoot S-Log 2, I also turn my saturation up. So it's less of a learning curve when it comes to me color grading. So that's how I achieve the color grade that I get. Warmness is a big factor in my videos. S-Log 2 is the format. And then of course, in camera, to make posts a little bit easier, I turn my saturation up, turn my detail down. Let's go to jump into another editing question I get asked. Last editing question, you guys can leave more in the comments if you guys honestly wanted to, but this is probably the most asked one right next to color grade. This is the most asked one, which is my masking transitions. How do I actually achieve them? In DaVinci Resolve Studio, a lot of you guys may not know, but we have Magic Mask. And Magic Mask is a tool that allows for you to mask things a lot easier than you having to go through and rotoscope them. So the way I achieve my mask is by, a lot of it's through Magic Mask. Now, of course, there's extra work that goes in it. Magic Mask is simply a tool you can utilize, and you really have to learn how to utilize it to your best of your ability. I believe Final Cut Pro just got something that was similar to Magic Mask, and then Adobe Premiere Pro, I believe they've already had something similar, but I don't think that it works as well as Magic Mask on DaVinci, which that was the biggest reason why I actually bought DaVinci Resolve Studio. It's not in the free version. You can mask in free versions of all these editing softwares. You can mask in CapCut, but one, CapCut does not give you the clean mask. The software is not that strong, so it does not give you that clean mask that you're looking for. It doesn't give you a clean cut transition. If you try to do transitions that are as fast as mine, a lot of times, your video will corrupt. So you can't really do that in CapCut. If I get a question about that, I'm seeing a big trend about people talking about how CapCut is just as good as any other editing software. That is 100% false, okay? I don't care how you want to swing it. I use CapCut, all right? I'm not like unfamiliar with it, trying to tell you like, oh, you gotta buy the best editing software. No, you need to find an editing software that works for you. I would just look towards the big three. The big three are great, all right? DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro. Those right there are your big three, so look towards one of them. But I tell you this, if you try to include CapCut into some type of four horsemen with the other three, CapCut is not a competitor, all right? Unfortunately, not even the computer one. There are great things you can do in CapCut, don't get me wrong. And if you are a beginner, I highly suggest, like if you're just getting into creating content, I highly suggest you start with CapCut. Don't really invest money until you feel like you've maxed out the potential on these platforms.
that you've already had access to. DaVinci Resolve has a free version, which is why I say just go straight to DaVinci, but I get that a lot of people don't like DaVinci. I'm somebody who's been using DaVinci since 2018, 2019. When I first discovered it was a free version to it. So it gives you a little bit more leeway with learning the program before you actually have to fully invest your money into it. And then again, when you invest your money into it, it's a one-time purchase. So it's not like you gotta pay a monthly subscription to this. You have it for life, literally wherever you go. So, and you could always change computers and stuff like that. It's not only linked to one computer. You literally have a code to put it on whatever computer you need. You can only have 2 computers active at one time. That's the only issue. And if that's an issue, I really don't know what to tell you. But again, yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve Studio, and that is what allows for me to get access to Magic Mask. That's what allows me to get access to a few other tools that I may not have mentioned in this. That also allows for my edits to be able to be a lot more precise and clean, because when you actually get the studio version of DaVinci Resolve, it unlocks the full capacity and allows for it to fully use your CPU. And that's a big thing. CapCut cannot fully use the CPU of your computer a lot of times, or your phone, which leads to slower editing and corrupt videos. When your computer can use the full capacity of your CPU, it allows for things to run faster, things to render a lot smoother, things to not have as many choppy edits and things of that nature. So yeah, DaVinci Resolve Studio, Magic Mask, that's one of the greatest tools to ever touch the realm of, I guess, video editing. Magic Mask. There's other things that I utilize, but honestly, Magic Mask has different layers to it, so you can really manipulate it in different ways. I'm still learning different things with it myself. Honestly, I'm still learning, you know, what works and what doesn't. I'm still learning different techniques in DaVinci Resolve because it's such a versatile program. So trust me, you won't regret it if you get something like that. That's what I use, and I stand by it, and I've been standing by it for a long time. It took me time to really get into it and really nail it down, but I highly suggest getting something like that if you haven't thought about it yet, I guess. Or if you want to be able to make content similar to mine. I'm gonna conclude the Q&A in general just because I would love to answer more questions about the fitness side of things. My camera just keeps overheating. It's taking way too long to shoot this shit.